This is the time of year where families gather to reflect on the past and embrace the future. We gather together and share stories of hardships and triumphs, and through that exchange, we strengthen the bonds that connect us all. We all play many roles in the family. Sometimes you're seated at the feet of the elders, and other times you get to play the loving parent, providing much-needed discipline. The Royal family is no different, and tonight I invite you to join me at the grown-ups table as we hear from two of our own. It's family story time here on Arroyo Profiles. My first guest is one of those unseen forces that keeps things moving here at the Arroyo Channel. She's a key member of the family. You might say she's a matriarch of sorts, but she's more like the cool aunt you don't mind hanging out with because she's cool. She's good to offer direction when asked and correction when needed. Please welcome Bobbie Ferguson to the show.
Thanks, Chevelle.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Cool aunt. I've always wanted that title here at work, but also in life. So.
You're the one person that I actually wrote down questions for, and now they're just soaked in my own sweat from my sweaty palms.
We're just gonna wing it.
Yeah. But before we even get into this, we probably are gonna wing it, but I'm giving myself an excuse so I can look at questions if I have to. First, let's just start from the very beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? What's your story?
I'm Bobbie, originally Polsky, but now Ferguson.
Oh.
I was born in Minnesota, and then I
love the way you say Minnesota.
Yeah, don't you know? Yeah. And then I've lived in Colorado and Texas, all over the Southeast, and now California for 10 years. So Cali girl for sure.
Okay, and currently, we're going to touch on this a little bit later, but currently you're the production supervisor for Pasadena Media.
I just got my title changed to head of production, so I'm very excited.
Okay, I didn't get that memo. I should read more emails. I do want to get into that, but before we get into that, I want to kind of touch on your journey along the way, and I kind of want to just follow your arc, as it were, through Access. So we're going to start with your very first video experience. What was the first thing you did that made you think this is something you could do?
Well, the funny thing is I never thought I would get into video. I was going to be a writer, a novelist, and eventually journalist, and it just kind of transferred from radio and PR to video. But when I was 13 years old, I had a class project in Spanish, and we had to create a video project of sorts, and so we did Magnum PI, because that's how you say Magnum PI.
Brilliant.
And
it should be Magnum, though.
I don't. We just went for the PI instead. And what we did is it was 3 girls, and it was all in-camera edits, and it was just.
Is this it here? Is that part
it was god awful, with special effects, and each of us played different characters.
Is that supposed to be the Ferrari?
Who even knows? That's the taxi. That's the taxi. And hotel, see, very professional hotel.
Yeah.
And
clearly, because the sign says that.
We thought it was hysterical, and I really thought this was just for fun, but now I do it professionally. A much better job. And see, that was the 90s where you could actually do really dangerous things like spraying fire out of a hairspray can as your effects.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
And fake gun and paper, and and then me as a little 13-year-old,
oh my gosh,
badly speaking Spanish. Oh my God, it was just god awful.
What are you looking at in that? You're like staring off to the side.
I was probably looking at our script because I was cool.
I noticed how you left yourself out of most of that footage.
Well,
it's just that little snippet at the end of that.
I was 13, okay?
Okay.
Come on now.
I mean, there's going to be plenty more. I mean, you just watch the channel. You'll see her on TV all the time.
Yeah.
So that was, you say that would kind of be where it's the idea that this is something you could do
actually
kind of came to fruition, or will we go back before that?
Really, it was when I was in college, and I decided that the school I was at didn't have a great journalism program. And so I transferred, and I went into radio and video because I had seen this video off of National Geographic of Bali, and it just transported me into that place, and I just realized I'm a storyteller. That's what I've always been, and I want to open people's eyes, open their perspective, using video, using the voice I have, and just real people's stories. So that's kind of what I've my path has charted the entire
noticed that
time.
thread because you said starting as you were thinking you're going to be a novelist. So you've been basically telling stories the entire time. Is
Yes.
essentially what it is. Before we go to the break, because they're already telling me I'm supposed to be on a break right now. But
goodness.
Like thinking back to those early days, is there somebody in particular you think that would have been was influential in pushing you into thinking that this was, number one, a real career choice possibility, or just something that you could do? Like, is there a person or persons you could name?
Well, obviously my family has always been so supportive of me doing whatever I wanted to do, but really the professors at Colorado State University, they really taught, or their students were really their colleagues almost versus students, and so you really felt like you were working with them on this project.
So those other cool aunts were teaching you so that you could be
Exactly.
the cool aunt, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
We basically jumped from like 13 all the way to college. So was there a gap in there where you weren't really doing it until you got into college and you decided to pursue it, or did you continue tampering with it all the way up to that point?
No, in college, it really wasn't until I decided newspaper wasn't for me. Because when I thought, I'll be a novelist, I realized I need to make money.
Yeah.
And so the practical side of me said, journalist. And it was too easy for me. It wasn't a challenge. And so it just somehow moved that way to video. I'm not sure. It just kind of happened, strangely enough.
And that was in Colorado.
Yes.
So from Colorado, where?
So from Colorado, I actually moved right back to Minnesota, and I worked for a little mom and pop production company, and they were about helping nonprofits and documentaries, international documentaries, and I was there for about a year and a half, and then I went on to a stint in AmeriCorps in CCC, which is all about community service and gutting houses for Hurricane Katrina and all that kind of stuff. And
That was a tough time to be doing stuff. Yeah.
yes, yeah, and
So
actually,
you've done a couple of things in your life then.
yes,
One or two.
Well, and what's interesting is in that portion of my life, I actually got to help students who were in 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
Start up their new studio and refresh their daily news feed. So that was
Okay.
really, really exciting to kind of bring my career life into my community life.
And give a little bit back.
Exactly.
Give a little bit back to the little ones.
Yes.
Sitting at the feet of the elders.
Yes. And then I came to California, and I've worked at a couple of access stations, including starting one in Long Beach, and I've been here for 4.5 years.
All right.
So.
Another quick question. Outside of the obvious career advances, career perks and whatnot, what are some of the other things that you've gotten from your career in Access or just working in video? Well, let's stick with Access. Like in Access, what's something that you've gotten maybe personally enriching or just in life, friends, family, and whatnot, from your time in Access?
So it's so important for community to have a voice, have a place that they can say, instead of the person who just walks past them on the street, you can see them on television and know their story. Everyone is doing something in their lives, something important, and it's just, we're a space for people to tell it. Whether it's interest in cooking, interest in music, and it's just been really important to me to I've always been an explorer. I've always loved to discover, and so it's these gems of people and things happening in Pasadena and Long Beach and Oceanside that excites me. Okay.
And those are all places where you've done Access: Oceanside, Long Beach, Pasadena. In that order, if memory serves me correctly?
Oceanside, Long Beach, and Pasadena. And I also did some stuff, vault clerk for My Media and a few other little things, freelancing, of course.
Okay.
And
And one of the things that you do currently is you are, in fact, the host of a show here
yes.
on the Arroyo channel, and it is called What's Up Pasadena. And it is a show that's about exactly what you just said. It's about those stories and those interesting little things that happen. I believe we have a clip of that ready. I don't know if we're ready to go to that yet. Yes, yes. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pitch to it. So here's a little bit of What's Up Pasadena.
Welcome to 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 this special episode of What's Up Pasadena.
Welcome to What's Up Pasadena. Welcome to What's Up Pasadena. Welcome to What's Up Pasadena. The Crown City is full of hidden gems, and we're here to help you uncover them. Our beautiful city has surprises around every corner. It's just second nature for our local citizens and organizations to want to make a difference. The people of Pasadena have used their talent and resources to create and connect to their community. Come with us to learn about the people and places in our city that get the green thumbs up. We have a show jam-packed with an eclectic mix of art, fashion, science, and culture, and things you might be surprised to learn. No one wants to be in this dangerous predicament. Do you like quirky? We're here to take you on that ride to guarantee a fun-filled summer on a journey of our eclectic city. You could say Pasadena is out of this world.
So that's just a little bit of What's Up Pasadena with Bobbie Ferguson.
That's a lot of hairstyles.
yeah, a lot of outfits.
Yes.
And that again, you're just talking about a lot of the stories that get untold. And at Pasadena Media, we have producers who produce their own content and tell stories, but there's still a lot more that can be done, and you've done more than your share to pick up some of that slack. Tell me a little bit about how it is you find those stories, because I'm a native. I don't know where you get this stuff.
Honestly, anything that's unique, quirky, interesting, heartwarming, a lot of times I'll just think, I don't want to think about it. Ooh, bocce ball. I wonder if they have a bocce club here. Okay, what kind of organizations are working with kids? Okay, that's great. You know, I'm a kid at heart, and so a lot of things that you see are kind of kid and just enjoying life. That's what I want people to do, is find something that, wow, I never knew about that, and they can go do it. Or they see a nonprofit that they can get involved in. So that's kind of my,
So speaking about involvement, because there is also the job side of it. You are one of our administrators, and that comes with a great deal of responsibilities. And part of that, you manage our intern program. You manage our production technicians. There's a lot of stuff that you do on top of producing this monthly show. Just tell us a little bit about some of the responsibilities, and there's a couple other things I want to touch on because we're almost out of time. So,
okay.
What's your day like?
So I think
because I usually come in and I see and it gets done. I don't know what you do, but it gets done.
Mostly I do a lot of producing and editing. So right now we're really focused on our government channel, KPAS, and making new content, more magazine-style shows. For that channel, for the community to get information about what's going on in their city. So the police department, the library, we're moving on to the fire department. Wow. And so there's so much happening in the city. And really that's one of the biggest parts of my day. And then of course, just kind of working with our staff. Our staff is so amazing that really you give them an assignment and they run with it. And it's really collaborative here, and I really love our Pasadena media team, and that's why I've been here for so long. And of course, working with the interns too, that we have some phenomenal interns this semester, and they've been working their tail ends off, and really it's all these little things, but just our whole group really works together to do it.
And you take it a little step further in your commitment to access, because you sit on the board of the Western Regional blah, blah, blah?
The Alliance for Community Media West Region.
West Region, okay.
Yes.
And well, you tell what, because all I know is you're on the phone for like 29 hours a day making magic happen in some other city somewhere.
Right.
So
one of the biggest things that the ACM West board does is to put together the annual conference. And so this is a really great place for everyone in access, at least on the western side, 7 states, to come and get inspired by colleagues in this very kind of quirky, weird
That's
industry.
A good word for it.
Industry that we're in. And we just want to be able to share information between each other. And then also we have public policy that we're always looking out for, and just making sure that access continues, because it's so important.
Having said that, because I've already been given the wrap up, but I'm going to ask another question because you should have gave me those cues 20 minutes ago.
Sorry.
What do you see as some of the biggest challenges facing access? And I know it's different across regions, but I'm sure that in these calls you're getting an earful of this from the different places. So what are some of the things that you think that access in general is facing? Like one or two.
Well, honestly, one of the biggest things is the attack on freedom of speech. There's no doubt that with this administration, that fake news, and now in one way it's helpful to us because we are not fake news, we're just vox populi, if you will, right? And so, but anytime that anybody hears that, they don't trust the media, and that's really hard to handle. But then we also have, as cable, this going through past Netflix, Hulu, all these channels that people can watch, access obviously may get lost. So that's why it's lucky that we're really starting to move online as well, and we're really trying to focus on being media training for the community.
Right.
So that's where I think that will also be continuing to be relevant. But there's a couple of things going on with the FCC.
Yeah.
So it's
fun times all
it's
around.
Pretty scary.
So again, 39 hours in your day, and you managed to get it all done. Thank you for being a guest on the show. Glenn's waving frantically that I need to wrap it up. Like I said, I don't know how it is that she does it. She manages to get it done. We do truly appreciate the work that you do. I want to thank you for being a guest on Arroyo Profiles. We'll go away. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have one of her interns.
Looking for a hands-on internship in media production? Then Pasadena Media is the place for you. Get the experience you've been looking for in pre-production, studio production, and post-production. You'll have the opportunity to build a professional resume, all while having fun. You'll work alongside others who share your passion, all while gaining knowledge about the industry. So what are you waiting for? Call 626-794-8585 or visit pasadenamedia.org for more information.
Next up, we have one of the newest members of our family. She's well on her way to making her mark in this industry and spending a little time with her royal family to get some guidance and grounding as she plans her launch into the next phase of her life. Let's welcome Aleigha Howa to the stage. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing?
My name's Aleigha Howa. I am from Southern Orange County, Mission Viejo specifically. I am a Cal State Fullerton student. I'm an intern here as well.
All right.
And,
so let's back it up.
Yeah.
When was your first video experience? Like, why are you doing this?
Why video? That's always the question, right? So started way back in 7th grade. Took a video production class at random elective. 8th grade, continued with it. My teacher basically was like, hey, you should try out for the morning news program. I thought it'd be fun. Tried out, made the team. Did a 0-period class every morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. to get to school. Did that, continued on through high school, loved it. Then senior year, I was like, wait, I kind of really still like this. Might as well as go into college and keep going and keep doing it. So.
And along the way, you said one of your teachers said go for the morning thing. Is it? Are they just trying to fill up that thing so they don't have to cancel the class, or what? Are you good at this, or what?
I'd like to think so, but no. It was one of those things where my personality kind of fit everything, and she was like, I honestly think you would really enjoy this. And she's like, just try out. You don't have to do it. I know you're a busy girl. I was like, okay, might as well as try something new. Tried out, really liked it. It was literally a one-day audition program kind of thing, and then you did it every day for a year. It was awesome. Wow. I broadcasted every
day for a year, live.
Yes,
Oh, that's
sir.
fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get enough of it. I don't know if they have that clip ready, but I want to go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of Aleigha's early works. This is from a year ago, 2 years ago?
We'll see.
Let's take a look at it.
You like Carlos? No. Place your right hand over your heart.
Also, over our break, boys basketball teams played in presented by the Chamber and Concert Choirs, will be performing in the theater.
they all must have been madly in love with you.
But I'm easily tamed.
Yeah, my favorite part was the end there with all the pictures of us.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Surprise.
that was good. So we don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
So you went from high school, you basically were doing that for, what, 6 years straight from the 8th grade all the way through high school,
Yep.
and then into college, and then just kind of been a steady grind ever since. How did you hear about this place?
So the great thing about Cal State Fullerton is that we have an awesome program where basically we have to do an internship before we graduate. Kind of pushes us out into the field, gets us that other experience that we need. So we have a great program. Basically, you look up different internships, and Bobbie, obviously, posted on the internship page, said, "Hi, we're looking for very enthusiastic people to come and help our team.
I think you qualify.
Thank you, I try. So anybody who's obsessed with community, anybody who wants to help out, anybody television." And I was like, wait, I'm television, I like that idea.
Oh,
so
okay.
go ahead, emailed her my resume cover letter and did an interview, and I was happily aboard. So
We have you now. And so how long has it been? Has it been 3 months so far?
yeah, I mean, yeah, September, October, November,
Yeah,
and now
September,
we'll go
okay.
into December. So
Okay. What has it been like so far? Like when you first came in, I think day one, you were on a field production.
Yeah,
The
I
Pasadena
was.
Town Council.
Yep.
And I think, as usual, I tried to put the fear of God in you. I'm just pretty much a
it
tyrant.
worked.
It's what I do. But you a number one. So tell me, from day one, like how was the journey since that one? Start with that one. Like how was that day? What were you
Okay,
expecting?
so that day, Bobbie texted me or emailed me and was like, "Hi, do you mind going on a field production?" And I was like, "Sure." I had only ever toured the studio. I was like, field production as in what? I had no idea what to expect. And when we started loading the van and got here, you know, I live far, so hour-and-a-half commute, got here, was ready to go, super excited. Loaded the van up and I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much equipment with this shoot. I was like, this is gonna be fun. And then we start setting everything up and I was feared by you. So I was like, I gotta set these things up right.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta impress a little bit. So
Yeah.
tried my best, set
Managed
everything
to get the
up.
balance on the cameras okay. It was pretty good. I was impressed.
I tried. So go ahead and set everything up. We filmed the Pasadena Town Council, which was fantastic. I mean, definitely a first community project right there. And listening to what they had to say, listening to the things they discussed, I was like, wow, this is crazy that we do this. We get to film what happens in the community and broadcast it to members and help inform them. So it was really, really cool.
And then going forward from that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
because that's kind of a roller coaster way to come in the door. We don't usually do that to people.
Yeah, she just threw me out there. I was like, okay, that works. But yeah, so through that, I mean, I've done everything. This is kind of the best part of this program is that I've done every little thing. I've done in-studio productions. We have a great volunteer program here where I've attended the classes that the volunteers learn through. So Jared teaches those classes, so listening to him talk about stuff that I'd learned in school, which is always...
talk and talk.
It's fun.
No,
It's
I'm
definitely
kidding.
fun.
He's
No.
almost as bad as me.
Yes.
No, he's way better than me. People like Jared.
Exactly. So doing stuff like that, editing little videos, editing clips. I did a lot for the past election, doing the League of Women's Voters clips, all that. That was probably the biggest project I've done here.
Yeah, I remember seeing you sitting in there in front of that computer for like 900 hours, staring at people, looking for graphics to put in the background and all this stuff. It was very important function.
Oh, totally,
Yeah, so
totally. So
thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for your contribution to our community.
Of course.
Okay. And for you, like, what are you, because like you said you do, I was pretty shocked when I heard how long you drive and how far you drive, because you're like driving, you cross what, 2-3 counties a day?
Yeah,
This
probably.
is pretty ridiculous.
Seems like it, right?
Why did you pick this particular location? There had to be something closer.
I mean, it's one of those things where the next move is to come up here to go to LA. And so I figured the best idea was to be, okay, I got to push myself now. I got to go make those connections up here because that's where the business is at. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, it will be a little bit of a struggle driving the hour and a half, but you know, good music and podcasts.
And lots of espresso.
And lots of espresso, exactly. So I honestly, when I interviewed, that was kind of like the seal deal. I was like, if I like this company, I will happily make the hour and a half commute. And it was one of those things where I met Bobbie and I met everybody else here, and I was like, okay, I could do this. So.
Okay, and going forward, because you specifically, you're kind of digging this live television. We get people who cross the entire spectrum. You get some people who just want to be hosts, want to produce their shows. You get the filmmakers, like the one directing this show right now. Hi, Sarah. I think she's still directing. Is that right? Is Sarah directing? Yeah? Okay, all right. So what's next? I mean, because the end of the year comes up pretty quick, and then you know you get the boot and you're out there.
Exactly. I know December's like right around the corner. So I'll graduate December, I think 20th, right around there. So I'm done with college, which is everybody's asking me this question. It's like, what's next? What's next? So luckily, I've made a couple connections in the field. I'm hoping to beg on both knees and being like, hi, do you have any type of position for me? And the hope and the dream would be to do live broadcast television directing. And, you know, I got that adrenaline bug when I was in high school, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going with it. And so ever since, I've kind of had that same passion. I've always wanted to do this. And so I feel like that will hopefully continue me on.
Excellent.
We'll see.
Excellent. So we're looking forward to your launch.
I hope so.
I was trying to do a play on words with that introduction. I don't know if
I like it. I like
okay,
it.
Thank
It
you.
totally works.
Well, we're glad to have had you as a part of our family. I'm glad to have known you. You have excellent jewelry. I'm a bit of a fashion junkie. I don't know if that translates. So last thing, would you recommend this for somebody else?
Oh, 100%.
Why?
No questions asked. It's one of those things where a lot of programs, you know, you hear the internship story, you hear the, oh, you go grab coffee, oh, you grabbed lunch for us. And I was like, there's no, like, who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. And this program has never been like that. It's always been.
Well, we got a couple of more weeks. We can.
I know, right? I'll go grab you some coffee whenever you need it, of course. But it's one of those things where everything's been hands-on. Everything I've done, I've learned. I have a little notebook that has now been halfway filled.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I know.
Day one at the town council.
I was writing things down, you know? I mean, I'm here to learn, and that's exactly what I've done throughout this program, is I've learned. And
Excellent.
That's one of the greatest blessings about an internship, is that you want to learn, and that's what I've done. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Aleigha. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your service. Thank you for contributing to the Arroyo Profiles family.
Yes.
That is actually all the time we have. So, as always, I hope you found this episode both informative and entertaining. I want to thank both Bobbie Ferguson and Aleigha Howa for joining me on the Arroyo Profiles, and all of the members of our volunteer crew for making this show possible. If you're interested in learning how you can get involved, look for Pasadena Media through all of the usual social media platforms. And for those of you who want to do more than like, follow, and subscribe, head over to pasadenamedia.org and sign up for our free classes. We're proud to offer free training for anyone interested in learning about television production, so whether you're interested in pushing the buttons or pushing your point of view, this is the place for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the Arroyo channel.